Cape Verde. You hear that name, and you think of sunny beaches, blue water and palm trees swaying in the breeze. It's a picture-perfect paradise that seems almost too good to be true. But these islands, floating in the big Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa, have a fiery secret hiding under all that beauty. Beneath the serene surface lies a history of volcanic activity that shaped these lands. There are 10 of these islands, and they were all made by volcanoes, born from deep inside the earth millions of years ago. Each island tells a story of fire and transformation. Imagine a time before people, before history, when hot lava burst out of the ocean, creating these rough and amazing landscapes. The raw power of nature was at work, crafting the very ground we stand on. It's a big difference from the relaxed feeling you get there today. Now visitors come to unwind and enjoy the tranquil environment, a stark contrast to the island's fiery beginnings. But even volcanoes, as strong as they are, eventually go quiet. Over time, the eruptions ceased, and the islands began to cool and settle. The lava cooled down, hardened, and was shaped by wind and water into the dramatic cliffs, hidden coves and black sand beaches that make these islands special. Nature's artistry at its finest. But deep down, Cape Verde is still a land of fire. The geothermal activity beneath the surface is a constant reminder of the island's volcanic origins. On Fogo Island, the big Pico de Fogo volcano reminds everyone of the island's explosive past. It's a living testament to the power that once shaped these lands. It's a powerful symbol of the wild beauty that's at the heart of Cape Verde. The rugged landscapes and dramatic vistas are a direct result of the island's fiery creation. What's really amazing is that these islands, made by fire and fury, were empty for thousands of years. They stood untouched, a pristine natural wonder waiting to be discovered. Can you believe it? A paradise untouched, undiscovered. The islands remained in their natural state, a hidden gem in the vast Atlantic Ocean. It wasn't until the 1400s that the first people stepped foot on these shores, starting a chain of events that would shape Cape Verde's future. The arrival of explorers marked the beginning of a new chapter in the island's history. When Portuguese explorers arrived in the 1400s, it changed Cape Verde's history forever. It's a history connected to the sad story of the transatlantic slave trade. Imagine those early ships, sails full of wind, arriving on these untouched shores. What started with a few explorers soon became a lot, as Cape Verde's location made it a center for this terrible trade.
From all over Africa, people were taken from their homes, their families, their lives, and brought to these islands. It's a hard truth, a dark mark on this nation's past. You can still feel the effects of that sad history today, in the faces of the people, in their music, in their stories. But even with such hardship, the human spirit survived. The mixing of cultures, African, European, and the people who were there before, created a unique blend that's part of Cape Verdean society today. It's a story of strength, of adapting, of the human spirit's power to find hope even in the darkest times.
If you really want to understand a place, listen to its music. Music is a window into the soul of a culture, revealing its deepest emotions and stories. In Cape Verde, music isn't just for fun, it's the heart and soul of the nation. It's woven into the fabric of daily life. From celebrations to moments of reflection, it's how people express their feelings, their joy, their sadness, their love and their longing. Music is a universal language here, connecting everyone. And no music sounds more like Cape Verde than Morna. This genre captures the essence of the islands with its melancholic melodies and heartfelt lyrics.
Imagine a dimly lit bar, the air filled with the smell of the ocean and something you can't quite place, something uniquely Cape Verdean. It's an atmosphere that invites you to lose yourself in the music. A lone guitarist strums his instrument, his voice full of experience, telling stories of love, loss, and longing. Each note resonates with the listener, creating a shared experience. This is Morna. It's a sound that gets to you, that speaks to something deep inside, even if you don't understand the words. The music transcends language barriers. But there's more to Cape Verde than music. It's a land full of history, with stories etched into its landscapes and buildings. In Ciudad Velha, on the island of Santiago, the past comes alive. Walking through its streets is like stepping back in time. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, with its cobblestone streets, colonial buildings, and old forts, is a living reminder of the island's rich and often difficult past. It's a place where history and culture converge.
For me, food is the best way to understand a culture. It's through the flavors, the ingredients, and the way dishes are prepared that you get a true sense of a place and its people. And in Cape Verde, that culture is a vibrant mix of African, Portuguese, and Brazilian influences, each bringing their own unique touch to the culinary landscape. It's food born out of necessity, of making do with what you have, but turned into an art form. The creativity and resourcefulness in these dishes are truly remarkable.
Take cachupa, for example. It's the national dish, a hearty stew of corn, beans, vegetables, and often meat or fish. It's a dish that brings people together. It's the kind of dish that fills you up and warms you from the inside out, perfect for sharing with family and friends. Every pot tells a story, passed down through families, with each one adding their own special touch. It's a tradition that connects generations, but it's not all about food from the land. The markets are full of fresh produce, but the sea offers its own bounty. This is an island nation after all, surrounded by the vast Atlantic Ocean. The ocean provides, and the people of Cape Verde know how to cook what it gives them. Freshness is key. Fresh fish, grilled perfectly, seasoned with just a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of salt. It's simplicity at its finest. Octopus stews, smelling of garlic and cilantro, are another favorite. Shellfish taken straight from the rocks and enjoyed with a cold local beer. It's a true taste of the sea. It's simple, honest food, full of flavor, reflecting the heart and soul of Cape Verdean culture.
Section 5, From Colony to Nation, A Journey to Independence.
For centuries, Cape Verde was ruled by others, a Portuguese outpost, a piece in the game of empires.
But the people longed to be free. Finally, in 1975, after a long and hard fight, Cape Verde became independent.
But independence doesn't erase the past. The effects of colonialism, of being taken advantage of, were still felt. Poverty, joblessness, and drought have been problems for this young nation.
Many Cape Verdeans had to leave to find a better life, creating communities all over the world. Section 6, Morabeza, the heart and soul of Cape Verde. There's a word in Cape Verdean Creole, Morabeza, that's hard to translate. It's more than just hospitality. It's a way of life.
It's the warmth, the generosity, the genuine kindness that seems to come from deep within the Cape Verdean people. It's the feeling of being welcomed into someone's home, even if it's just for a cup of tea and a chat.
It's the sense of community, of looking out for one another, that's everywhere here. It's a reminder that even though the world can feel lonely, real human connection is still possible. Section 7, Island Nights, where the music never stops. As the sun sets, making long shadows across the islands, a different kind of energy comes out. Cape Verde comes alive at night, the rhythm of the music like a heartbeat.
From the beach bars of Sal to the clubs of Mindelo, there's music for everyone. Imagine this. You're on a beach, the moon shining, the sand cool under your feet, the sound of the waves crashing on the shore. In the distance, you hear the beat of drums, the sound of a saxophone.
You follow the sound, wanting to have a good time. This is Cape Verde after dark, a place to lose yourself in the music, to dance with strangers, to enjoy the moment. Whether you're sipping on a local grog rum in a beach shack or dancing all night in a Mindelo nightclub, one thing's for sure. In Cape Verde, the party never really ends. Section 8, Nature's Wonders, from volcanoes to whales. Beyond the music, the food, the culture, there's a world of natural beauty waiting to be explored. From the top of Pico do Fogo to the bottom of the ocean, Cape Verde is a nature lover's dream. Imagine yourself hiking through volcanic landscapes with the ground under your feet still warm from the earth's heat. Or picture yourself sailing on a blue sea, a group of humpback whales jumping out of the water right next to your boat. Cape Verde has an amazing variety of plants and animals, from the endangered loggerhead turtles that lay their eggs on its beaches to the rare long-eared bat, the only mammal that's originally from the islands. It's a reminder of how delicate nature is and how important it is to protect these special places for future generations. Section 9, Cape Verde, an invitation to discover. So there you have it, Cape Verde, a land of contrasts, of fire and water, of joy and sadness, of strength and hope. It's a place where the past is always present, but where the future is welcomed with open arms. This isn't just a place you visit, it's a place you experience. You taste it in the food, you hear it in the music, you feel it in the warmth of the people. It's an invitation to slow down, to disconnect from the busy world and to reconnect with what's important. It's an invitation to discover the hidden heart of Cape Verde, and maybe in doing so, discover a little something about yourself along the way.